Hi, Nikki here from Purple Patch Fishing. Well, walking into a tackle store to buy a rod is really daunting. There are so many on the shelf. Let me break it down and make it a little bit simpler for you. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get onto it. Well, let's get started. When choosing a rod, you have to think about the lures that you are going to be throwing to target your species. Now, for example, we're targeting bream. So when targeting bream, we use light soft plastics and hard bodies, small hard bodies. So you're looking at, these are 1 to 3 grams and up to 5 grams. So the rod that you need is a 1 to 3 kilo rod. Now also you want a fast or extra fast tapered rod. What does that mean? It means that it's nice and strong through the butt, but then the tip will bend really nicely. This enables you to throw or to cast those light soft plastics far, but it also enables you to set the hooks. So that soft bendy tip enables you to really set that hook, that single hook into your fish once you get a bite, but it also is soft enough that you just load into it nicely and you won't bend those treble hooks. So 1 to 3 kilos, ideal for those light soft plastics and small hard bodies. Alright, so let's look at the other end of the spectrum. If you want to target flathead, jewfish, snapper, you need a heavier rod. The reason for that is you're throwing heavier lures. For example, for targeting flatties, you might have a 1/4 ounce jig head. That's 7 grams. So, and then you might be throwing up to a 1/2 ounce jig head, which is 14 grams. So you need a heavier rod. I typically use a 3 to 6 kilo rod. Again, a fast taper because it helps to set those hooks, get those hooks right into the mouth. You can also throw the heavier hard bodies on that, and also those bigger vibes for targeting those species. So 3 to 6 kilos will get you those bigger fish. So bang smack in the middle of those two rods is a 2 to 4 kilo rod. Now this is ideal for casting anything from the 3 grams up to about 7 grams, 9 grams. A really good all-purpose, all-rounder rod. It will cast those lighter weights down to about 3 grams. You wouldn't go much lighter than that because you're not going to get the distance in your cast. Really also good for those medium-sized hard body lures, or those those crankbaits too. My first rod was a 2 to 4 kilo rod. It's a really good place to start as a general purpose rod. You can throw some lighter weighted soft plastics or hard bodies, but then you can also then go up to your heavier ones until you're ready to specialize in that lighter stuff, or then go into heavier stuff. But a fantastic place to start is your 2 to 4 kilo rod. Well, you've worked out what weight rod you want, but the next thing to consider is the rod length. All of my rods are 7 foot. Now that's because I am casting out of a boat and I'm reasonably tall. The longer the rod, the further it casts. The compromise is it's not as accurate. So a shorter rod, say 6'6", will give you more accuracy. So if you're in, say, a little trout stream, you'll need a shorter rod because you've got everything around you. But if you're out in the open, then the longer rod is going to suit you better. So anywhere from 6'6" to 7 foot will be ideal. So let me just go into something just a little bit more advanced. We've been talking about the taper of the rod being extra fast. If you wanted to use crankbaits, what's a crankbait? Basically you cast it out and just slow wind to retrieve that lure, and they just wobble along, and you don't need to impart any action on them. They've got their own action. So instead of using a fast tapered rod, you would use a medium tapered rod. What does that mean? It starts bending, the rod starts bending from the butt, and it becomes gradual until the tip. So the extra fast, remember, was just the tip bends over. With the crankbait, because it's a medium and bends, you've got a lot of give in the rod, so that when you do hook up, you're not going to bend those trebles. So makes it much easier to get those hooks into the fish. So there we have it. If you're using those light lures, you need a 1 to 3 kilo rod. If you're going to beef it up and chase some bigger fish, 3 to 6 kilo rod. If you're looking for a general purpose, good all-rounder, then 2 to 4 kilos is the way to go. I hope you found this helpful. I'll catch you next time on the water.